So now I'm really worried because now by these maps that they're showing, we don't have just a stream bed running. We also have, we could have, what if we have the 100-year flood in the middle of this project? And this is why I'm very concerned for the safety of the community and for my family, because that means it's going to come over the highway. It's going to wash out this protective berm here. It will wash out the bridge, their temporary bridge, and there is no protection. I mean, I'm not an engineer and I'm not a real estate person. I'm just a homeowner that has lived with the problems that we've dealt with all these years. This is not acceptable by any means that we are being put in jeopardy this way.
Thank you. I actually recall last year we have the DPP hearing in Waianae Library, the same host, Miss Chen, and ask public to comment about this bridge design, about what's the public concern. And a lot of people went to the meeting, speak out, but I hasn't seen any of those concerns get satisfied answer, or any design from last year to today has a single thing, an inch of anything, has any changes. So are you guys just to try to get this whole thing railroad, say, oh, by law we need to have the hearing, so here is the hearing. Anybody want to talk here? Okay, you come over, you talk. So after talk, I go through this formality, then I just, I'm sorry, maybe this thing is not exactly fit here. What my understanding is, my left ear in, my right ear out, and I eat my 3 meals, same thing. I sleep, same thing. I don't have any problem for somebody crying their home going to be lost, okay? So I would like to see our government sincerity to hold this hearing, really want to hear the public speak, really want engineer to comment, and then please provide the data, please provide your blueprint and your plan. The next thing is, so I'm comments about this print, and I want to point out clearly, this tool is, we got a copy in the city council committee meeting. We have the copy, and we didn't change a single thing about it. And I completely see these two maps are not the same for what I saw a few minutes ago. Mr. Takeda made his presentation. Next thing about the hydraulic study, the drainage plan, okay? I believe the data the consultant or the applicants collected is not the money from their personal pocket. It's public fund to collect the data. So this data should be released before you hold public hearing. Allow the people to comment that. Just like if you do the EA, you do the EIS. The procedure is you must allow the comments period. If you don't do that, you just waste the government time, the staff time, and everybody else's breath. That's not follow the due process procedure, okay? So I have this request. I want to know what's the date of this map, this so-called orange-blue map, and what's the date of all those maps. When you guys have this plan, and when is the time you publish your plan publicly to allow the public comments. And also I want to know the drainage plan, the date, the hydraulic study, the date, and when the applicants and the consultant are in tower willing to release those information. Otherwise, I guess you just want us to come here to say personally, I like that color or whatsoever. And so after all, based on what I see, this project just on the face, I strongly oppose this bypass road. I don't see, I'm sorry, step back here. I recall I mentioned about this bypass road for the Army thing. And in my understanding, those type roads is not designed for cross winter especially. This project, if I heard right, is 16 months or 18 months. I don't know those type of design, how they pass that. Another comment I want to say about this picture is really draws my attention. This picture shows the bypass road location. And I want to everybody take a second look about this picture. You see this blue sky, the palm tree, this is beautiful Hawaii Beach, okay? This water here, this shows the elevation and the water. This water is not the rainwater from the mountain. It's not passing through the ocean from the drainage system. The water has two sides, okay? One is the ocean water. We have to conserve the ocean water, the tidal water, the surfing water to the bridge, to the people's home. Another thing is the water from the mountain coming down the hill to the ocean. So from the both, this picture shows in the sunny days, what's the bypass road have to beating on? Their stability, their sufficiency number or efficiency number. And those pictures shows in the rainy days, what this bypass road has to beating down. They got to be standing there. And what is the safety for the public to passing this road for both direction? So you guys talking about the engineer, the Iron Tower engineer talk about these two bridges, 3 and 3A, is not safe. You know, this bridge got to rebuild, they're not safe. However, your bypass road is really safe on this condition. Well, without the number, I can't comment exact how much you are far off for this whole picture, but this is it's really amazing.
We have a couple more storms. This water does not come out because the sand all took in. It needs to be cleared. And where you have the road is on the ocean side. I would suggest you put it on the other side to make it safer for everybody.
Why can't this be MAKAHA? Why wouldn't the temporary bridge find a way to be MAKAHA of the comfort station? That's number one. And then number two, anytime eminent domain of condemnation or a taking of property, there's to be due compensation. And I heard from one testifier, I don't believe that due compensation has been addressed. If I were to throw in and be the true Tom that I am, the EIS came out for the rail 3 days before the vote. And that's how things pan out in this town, is that you get huge projects whereby it was said no more than 90 million to condemn and taking of property. We're at over 200 million for a 20-mile route for this rail. And you can't turn back. So we've gone from XYZ information on a construction project. And the other question I would have is the EIS. Why wasn't this an EIS? And in the EIS process, my question would be, what was the determination factor that it did not warrant an EIS? And I'd like to know the date when that determination was determined, when an EIS was no longer warranted. But